Прийшли окупанти до нас в Україну, форма новенька, воєнні машини, та трохи поплавився їх інвентар. Байрактар, Байрактар. Російські танкісти сховались в кущі, щоб лаптем посьорбати довбані щі, та трохи у чах перегрівся навар. Байрактар, Байрактар. Приперли зі сходу до нас барани для восстановлення
великої страни.
Найкращий пастух баранячих отар. Байрактар, Байрактар. Ті, хто води всяке озброєння, різне, потужні ракети, машини залізні, у нас на всі доводи є коментар. Байрактар, Байрактар. Вони захопити хотіли нас зразу, а ми зачаїли на орків образу з російських бандитів. Робить примар. Байрактар, Байрактар. Російська поліція справи заводить, там вбивцю рашистів ніяк не знаходить. Хто винен, що в нашому полі глухар? Байрактар, Байрактар. Веде пропаганду кремлівський урод, слова пропаганди ковтає народ. Тепер нове слово знає цар.
Байрактар.
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 Hello everyone, I'm the Enforcer, and I'm accompanied by Enforcer Matt.
And good day, everybody. It's not good evening just yet, and welcome to our Fireside Chat on day 141, where we'll answer all your questions that we did not get to answer from yesterday because we were so rudely interrupted. So, welcome back.
And welcome back everyone. Just to explain what's going on right now, because I've seen a lot of questions in our live chat of people like, what, is there not going to be a 10 p.m. stream tonight? There will be a 10 p.m. stream tonight. Just to explain what's going on in the background a little bit, the problems we've run into right now, from as far as we're able to tell, are not DDoS attacks. They are massive network issues with our internet provider, Spectrum. Now, a lot of people are about to start recommending that we go to a different internet provider and just get better internet. But the problem is that Spectrum is a monopoly here in the state of Alabama, and so it's either Spectrum or some other option that doesn't really even provide internet. I think we had an option that we looked into one time, Matthew, of like a dish, but it provided pretty much like dial-up internet speed, which is so slow it wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, basically. And also, I've seen many people recommend Starlink. Everybody knows about that from Elon Musk. Our area isn't eligible for that, I think, until another year. And also, our only other option for internet, I believe, is AT&T, and they have like 10 megabytes a second, which, if anybody knows anything about streaming, that's definitely not going to work.
It certainly will not work. So sadly, we are stuck with the monopoly Spectrum is, and this kind of gives you an idea of how good monopolies can become, because if you give a single company entire reign over an area and there's no competition whatsoever, they can provide poor, low quality service like we're running into, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, because what are you going to do? Go get internet from another company? Another one doesn't exist. So with that, I hope that kind of answers the question here. And also, I would like to address one other thing. I saw someone in one of the comments last night say, you need to move states and fix this internet issue, or I'm going to pick another streamer. And I don't know if that was a joke or not, but I don't think that person realizes that I'm trying to go to college, and so if I move out of state, I'm going to be incurring out-of-state tuition costs. I'm going to have to move to an entirely different university, and there's going to be whole kinds of costs associated with that I can't really incur. So I don't know why that person just acts like I'm Walmart or Disney or something like that and I have an unlimited budget, because sadly I can't just move states. And also I don't really want to move out of Alabama. I rather like the place. Anyways, with that in mind, here's what this stream is for. We're going to be having a little fireside chat. We're going to talk to all of y'all, respond to a lot of comments, and we highly recommend at the moment that y'all do not send in super chats. We will answer them if you send them in, but we would like to take this moment to answer all of our super chats from last night on those 2 or 3 streams that were not answered. And if you do want to send in a super chat, save it for tonight. I mean, like, we will be running one at 10 p.m. Eastern time. If you would like to support the channel, you can throw it in there. We just want to make sure that we can get to everyone's questions from last night here, and then also talk to y'all as well in the live chat, those of y'all who are here. So don't worry about sending in super chat. We'll try and answer a lot of live chat questions from here right now. And also we'll be covering some of the news we didn't get to last night, because we didn't get to a lot of it. We're not going to be doing a little question segment pauses. We're just going to go straight through the news, cover all of it, and then we're going to move into the questions. So with that, let's get into the last piece of news that we're at, where the 93rd Hang on. Previous page. Okay. Why are you giving me a redirect notice? That's kind of new. And so let's go over to Twitter now. Are you still here, Matthew?
Yes, but I heard you glitch there for just a moment.
Let me check OBS real quick. Sorry, y'all. This stream will be a little bit of a checking diagnostic thing as well, because we're going to try and see if, they're going to screw us over through and through, with Spectrum and all. Anyways, here's the video of the 120 millimeters getting actually, we watched this video, I think, yesterday. We're going to skip past it just in case y'all didn't. There is a link to the map in the description below. Y'all can go check it out if y'all want. But we're now going to move down to the Lysychansk area, where we've seen the 27th Brigade destroying an ammo depot with an AT-4. Why in the world is it doing this to me every single time now? It's now telling me, oh, it's redirecting you. I know. That's why I put the links on the map. Anyways, let me go and put this up. There's a whole bunch of problems. I also cleared my entire, history on my computer because supposedly that helps it to run faster, and in the process I got logged out of everything, and so now I'm having to go through the process of logging back in. But here we can see an AT-4 being fired at an ammo depot in the distance that somehow the 27th Brigade got close enough to. The AT-4 is fired, the missile's on its way, and boom shakalaka, you can see the impact right there. And now the video loops, but once again, a nice little destruction of a small Russian ammo depot. We don't know what it was being used to supply, but still, it was destroyed, and that's always a good thing to see. Moving on to the Lysychansk area, we actually saw a Russian BMP-2 driving through a graveyard, and this kind of gives you an idea of all the losses that the Russians have been taking. I don't know what's with this right here, the redirect notice. I'll have to try and figure that out here in a bit. But for some reason, it's telling me I'm being redirected to Reddit. Now it's having a bit of an issue, but the stream's running fine, as far as I can tell. And hopefully Matthew can still hear me.
Yes, I can.
All right, just making sure. So we're still trying to power through. Now Reddit's wanting to go slow as Christmas, but the stream is still chugging along. Damn. You know, I don't know if we're going to be able to cover the news because if it's going this slow. Now we finally got the video up. Y'all, I hate Spectrum. I really do. Here's the video. And you see them on the BMP-2. They're driving through the area. This video has no audio. And you can see all of the wreckage of these Russian vehicles who have passed down this exact same road and where they met their end. Now the video froze for a moment. They're still driving through, and there's just vehicles all around. Just tons of them. So with that, that's the end of that little video. A lot of Russian losses we saw there on film, and of course, pretty nice to see, actually. With that, we're now going to be moving down to the area of Yakovlivka, where we've also seen Ukrainian mortar firing in this area as well. Yes, I know we're being redirected. I don't know why it's doing that now. I'm very sorry about that. We're going to figure out that issue later on. So, pretty nice to see the mortar firing. Of course, we're kind of going through this a little fast. But moving on back towards the Bakhmut area, we've also seen an American M113 in Ukraine. These aren't the Norwegian or the Dutch or the Danish M113s that were sent over. These are actual American M113s from our inventory. Look at that. Isn't that nice to see? Now, I don't really have a high regard for the M113s. They were good at their time, but I feel like they're pretty dated now. But still, considering that the Russians are largely using MTLBs, which were the Russian version of an M113, it's not that bad. And it's actually very good that they're still getting armored personnel carriers to move their soldiers around the front line with. With that, we're now moving out of the northern Donbass area where we haven't really heard of any reports of large action whatsoever. We know that the Russian forces have paused in this area, and we're now going to move down to the village of Shakhtarsk, where we got some huge news yesterday that a sympathizer for the Ukrainians filmed the inside of this ammo depot, which was what led to the Ukrainians being able to target it and destroy it. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that redirect thing here after the stream. A lot of things I have to figure.
Enforcer, I just saw A. Crawford say in the live chat, hold the control key when clicking the links, and I think that might actually solve it.
All right, Crawford, we'll make sure to try that out. And I don't know why I'll have to be doing that now because I've never had to do that before. It just automatically did it. But I'll make sure to do that, and we'll see if it fixes the problem. But with that, you can see the Russians unloading ammo here inside of this former ammo depot. We know that it doesn't exist anymore. It was vaporized in an explosion. And this sympathizer, who was named, I don't know why they gave out his name. I'm not sure if he's been killed or what, but his name was Krylyo Makarov, and he published this video, which led to the HIMARS being able to destroy the ammo dump around 5 days ago. So really impressive, actually, and really cool to know that there are Ukrainian sympathizers that are helping out the war effort in the best way they can as well. We, excuse me, we haven't gotten any frontline news from the Donetsk region. It appears to largely be in a stalemate as of right now, with neither side committing offensive or defensive action. So in that regard, we're now going to be moving out of the Donetsk region and also past the southern front as well. And we're now going to be moving past the Kherson area too, because we covered that last night, and the Odessa region. And we're now going to be hopping all the way out of the country and into France. Now, a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, wow, like France is really nice. And as far as I've been able to find out, they actually spend more money per square mile, or per acre, I believe, than anyone else in the world to keep up their city. Honestly, in some areas it doesn't really reflect that, but still, they do like to make sure that their city looks quite nice. And it appears that during Bastille Day this year, they had a pretty fun little show of solidarity. Let me try that real quick. I forgot about that. Let me try that. Nope, it does the same thing. I just click control there. It doesn't fix it. But you can see here a picture of the Eiffel Tower illuminated with the colors of the Ukrainian flag, blue and yellow on Bastille Day. Of course, it is a show of friendship with the Ukrainians, and it is a great friendship that they even further backed up yesterday on Bastille Day, as the French government declared that they'll be sending over 36 prefab bridges to the Ukrainians. Some of y'all may be wondering, what's so important about a prefab bridge? And 36 of them doesn't sound like a big number. 36 prefab bridges is a very big number. And on top of that, prefab bridges are crucially important because you can set them up and cross over rivers where bridges have been previously destroyed, or even set up new river crossings in places that never even had a bridge before. They are a huge asset to military operations, and it's great to know that the French are sending over those kinds of things that don't get mainstream news attention, but are still crucially important to winning a war. With that, we're now going to circle all the way back to Kyiv, where we're now going to listen to the speech from President Zelenskyy, and this will round out the news as far as Day 141 is concerned, and then we'll move into our Fireside Chat segment, where we'll be answering everyone's questions and praying that our internet stays alive. And so with that, we've now got to click this again, and here's the speech from President Volodymyr Zelenskyy.
Сьогодні я адресую це звернення не українцям і українкам, як зазвичай, а нашим партнерам, демократичному світу. Цей день вкотре довів, що Росія має бути офіційно визнана державою-терористом. Жодна інша держава світу не являє собою такої терористичної загрози, як Росія. Жодна інша держава світу не дозволяє собі щоденно знищувати крилатими ракетами і реактивною артилерією мирні міста і звичайне людське життя. Внаслідок лише одного ракетного удару по нашому місту Вінниця убито 23 людини, 3 дітей до 10 років. І це, на жаль, ще не остаточне число. Розбір завалів продовжується. У списку безвісно зниклих десятки людей. Серед госпіталізованих є важко поранені. Одна з ракет знищила медичний центр «Нейромед». Всередині були люди. Наталія, їй 40 років. Тетяна, їй 32 роки. Володимир, йому 61 рік. Віра, їй 55 років. Я побачив їх серед безвісно зниклих. Розумієте? Було навіть невідомо, що взагалі сталося з людьми, які просто пішли в медичний центр. А якби хтось наніс ракетний удар по медичному центру в Далласі або у Дрездені, не дай Боже, то як би це було названо? Хіба не тероризмом? Серед загиблих сьогодні у Вінниці дівчинка, їй було 4 роки, їй звати Ліза. 4 роки дитині. Її мати у важкому стані. Росія обірвала життя дівчинки. Якраз у той час, коли в Нідерландах, в Гаазі відбувалась конференція щодо російських воєнних злочинів. Конференція, на якій вирішували, що потрібно зробити, щоб кожен російський воєнний був покараний. Чи пригадуєте ви